Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to the Michael Jordan episode, number 23. No, for real, though, I appreciate everyone coming back. 23 episodes we're on right now. 23, Michael Jordan, the number of the GOAT. I just wanted to start off by saying that I think that the whole conversation of Michael Jordan and LeBron James and who the GOAT is completely irrelevant, because you cannot compare them two right now. And with the Warriors just sweeping LeBron, all I hear is about this conversation about who was better. Was Michael Jordan better? Was LeBron James better? I don't fucking watch basketball whatsoever, but I think that it's ridiculous to argue this point. Something that's a little bit more to my in my world is maybe you could think of it as Rodney Mullen to Nyjah Houston. Rodney Mullen being the Michael Jordan. If you don't know about skateboarding, then just like disregard this whole conversation. But Rodney Mullen is to Michael Jordan as Nyjah Houston is to LeBron James. Okay? Now just give me a second to explain it. I think that Rodney Mullen was the Michael Jordan of skateboarding because in his time, he was the best at what he could do. He did things different. He was new. He was charismatic. Not really charismatic, but he was charismatic in his sport or craft or whatever you want to call it. But, I mean, for that time, he was everything. Ahead of the game, invented a whole different lane. Excuse me. But he invented a whole different lane of his world. But LeBron James is the Nyjah Houston, because Nyjah Houston is a younger kid who is, you know, like he is one of the biggest people in skateboarding right now, one of the most incredible skaters out today. But he would be nowhere without Rodney Mullen. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys are getting what I'm saying, Rodney Mullen paved the way to have other things be made possible. Just like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was the best at his time, but now every craft has progressed in a certain way, so you guys cannot even make the comparison. Michael Jordan and LeBron James can never be compared because it was two different worlds, two different times, two completely different eras. Just like Nyjah Houston can never be compared to Rodney Mullen. Rodney Mullen could do anything in the world on a flat ground, invented the fucking ollie, but without Rodney Mullen, there will not be a Nyjah Houston who is doing fucking laser flips and tray flips down like 9-10 stairs, doing these crazy ass tricks that could have never been possible without the OG. So just think about that. LeBron James used to go to bed at night and look at Michael Jordan's poster and pray to be that good at one day. And just because the game advanced and LeBron advanced with it doesn't make him better than anyone in the world. It makes him better in this time, but I mean, you guys are getting what I'm trying to say. But without further ado, this week I have a wonderful guest, wonderful conversation, Ray Zawodni. Ray Zawodni is a 28-year-old comedian who grew up in Woodland Hills and is just a hilarious dude. I had no idea about him, no idea who he was. We followed each other on social media. I knew that he was a comedian. Never seen his work or anything like that. Ended up having him come over, and we had so much shit in common. We had a great conversation, and we talked about everything. Like, the dude had a very similar outlook on life that I do. But it was a great conversation. Again, I appreciate you guys listening. So without further ado, episode 23, Michael Jordan up in this motherfucker with my guest, Ray Zawodni.
I gotta use the telephone.
Hello?
telephone.
I'll call you right back. Call you right back.
Telephone.
I'll Call You Right Back podcast. I didn't like him that much at first until I seen Ready to Rumble. And then
Sting?
I seen Ready to Rumble, and he saved the day in the end of that fucking movie.
That movie doesn't hold up.
Doesn't? What? Oh, I love it. I still love it. Are you a big movie dude?
Yeah, love movies.
Me as well. First off, I do. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to
I
run.
mean, I know this is second nature for you since like you do
not
this
really.
as well.
I'm actually like not great at it.
No?
Have you ever heard the podcast?
Yeah, I mean, like you're not bad at it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
I mean, like I don't fucking know.
I
Like,
think I'm better at this end of it than I am at actually interviewing.
like leading people.
Yeah, I get like nervous.
Yeah.
Interview some people.
It's understandable. I was so fucking nervous because like I interviewed Ali. And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, like I was just so nervous because like, I mean, he's just such an intense dude.
He's very intense, but he's such a
So nice and like respectable.
such a genuine like human being. Like
Yeah.
and like kind of like I don't know if spiritual is the right word, but it's like
in touch.
yeah, and like he's one of those people that when he's talking to you, he's like making eye contact.
Yeah,
and
like
looking
he's
at you.
fully in it, and he's not just like bullshitting you.
No.
And I mean, like, yeah, dude, we talked for an hour like after the show and everything, and he was just super like welcoming, but I was still so fucking nervous.
So I was out there with you, and then he
Yeah.
was like, "I'm supposed to do an interview with somebody." You're like, "Yeah, it's me."
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I didn't want to be like, yo, dude, like, I didn't know if he was one of them dudes that was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then, like, I didn't want to, like, pull him away. There was a bunch of people there talking to him.
Yeah.
And, like, he was in his fucking, like, element. So then he mentioned it, and I was like, all right, cool. But so start off, you're the third person in a row that has asked for Turner's tea.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you know what this? Have you ever listened to one of these?
I have not. No.
Okay. So like I do a bit. It's called. It's not really a bit, but I have like a segment, and it's called "What's in the Cup."
What's in the cup?
Any guests that I have on, I ask them their favorite drink of all time. Some people just choose like some dude asked for orange juice. Like Matt Light asked for coconut bai. He's fucking weird.
Oh,
and
so
dude, it's so good though.
he's such a queer. We were on the road together the one time.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, you want like a water or something?" He was like, "Can you give me like a coconut?"
Yeah, I mean, I've never had it until he asked, and
Yeah, it is
I
good.
usually will like try. I usually will drink with whatever like the guest gets, but like I haven't drank Turner's tea in 4 years, so I just can't do it anymore.
You know what? I really don't drink it a lot.
Yeah,
But you said like,
Yeah.
what I get at the gas station. Usually, I would get like a bottle of water.
yeah.
But like,
Spice it up a little bit, right?
yeah, now like I couldn't just be like, "I'll get like a bottle of water." Probably
Yeah.
would have been interesting. For
No
the
one,
bit.
no one surprisingly has not asked for bottles of water, but I mean, like I grew up around like. I mean, McKeesport, so like I associate Turner's tea with like a McKeesport thing.
I associate it with a Turtle Creek thing.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
not
like
from Turtle Creek.
I think
but-
it's just all Pitts, like kind of like.
What high school did you go to?
So I went to McKeesport until 7th grade, and then I moved over to Elizabeth Forward.
Because we had it in high school.
Yeah,
Right?
we
You
had it.
with your lunch.
Yeah, we had it for a minute, but then we went through this like fake ass health food kick
We
where
did the
they like
same.
took it away, and then they replaced it with Propel, just the lemon Propel.
Oh, dude.
And like back then, I wasn't like my palate wasn't as refined, so I was like, "Fuck that shit! I ain't drinking Propel."
Well, they fucking took fries away for like
Yeah,
one day a
dude.
week. They're
Yeah.
like Wednesday.
Yeah.
And instead of fries, they served these buttery ass potato balls.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like people where I'm from have like a horrible grasp of what healthiness is.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in East Pittsburgh. It's actually a small town like within East Pittsburgh called Chalfont, but nobody ever really
I've
knows
never
what
heard of that
is.
in my life.
Yeah.
What high school?
Woodland Hills.
Oh, okay.
So, but like I bounced around. Like I had like my parents were divorced, but they always lived like a mile from each other. So
Yeah.
I'd be in like Braddock, North Braddock.
How old are you?
28.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how old you were at all. I
Yeah.
mean, you never fucking know how old people are
No,
anymore.
I don't. You're somebody who's hard to gauge. How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I would probably say we're the same age because we
Yeah.
have the same haircut.
27. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're probably, besides Adam Prevade, you're probably the most similar looking person out of the whole comedy scene.
Yeah.
Because Adam, me and him, there's like the picture of us from like the improv competition, and there was 4 dudes up there. There was 4 white dudes, and then 2 black dudes, and the 4 white dudes looked identical because we all had fucking a beard, glasses, the same type of haircut, besides for Mike Digliomo because he has a fucking bald head.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I mean, he looks similar to me, and like he used it, like whenever he went up after me, he was like, yeah, well, that was the guy who looked just like me, and played along with it.
Yeah, I mean, we all look, white people all look the same.
Yeah, it's
especially
generally
white
the
comics.
same. Yeah, it's like whatever.
None of us are in great shape.
Yeah, none of us.
We all use beards to hide like
The double chin.
a couple chins.
Yeah, dude. I haven't had a shaven face since probably like 2009.
I've had this little like spiky Johnny Bravo haircut since I was in 3rd grade.
See, like, not me though. I
Really?
so first of all, so you grew up. What were you like in high school? I feel like you were a funny kid in high school.
Yeah, definitely. I was a funny kid in high school.
You had a bit. I just seen you open for Lee, and you were talking about how no one will ever understand what it's like to sit at a lunch table at a predominantly black school, and like people really don't know what it's like until they have done it. And like, I mean, it's
Yeah, that I love that bit because it's so true.
Yeah.
And I love when there's like somebody, because there is a good chance, like if I'm doing the improv in Homestead, where people that actually went to the same high school as me are going to show up, or like people that I even knew that went to high school, and they like that bit just because
it's true.
I mean, that's like my school didn't have like cliques, so to speak, or like traditional cliques, like where you watch like the Breakfast Club and they talk about how there's like the jocks
and everything,
the brainy ones, the popular ones. Like we didn't really have that. Like everybody was kind of
intermingled,
cool with everybody, and everybody kind of just.
See, I mean, like we had cliques and shit, but it wasn't like, like you said, it wasn't like the Breakfast Club, but like I played football, and like I was friends with the weird kids, technically, the
That's
emo
what I mean.
kids.
Like if you saw some like the lunch tables that I sat at, like the eclectic bunch of people that were there, it's hilarious, and it's cool though. Like like that prepared me for so much in life.
Absolutely, like you talk to all different kinds of people, and like they all come from all different backgrounds, so like they all have their own certain like things they find funny, things that they could, exploit about you. Like I've been a fat white kid my whole life, so it's always like, yeah, dude, titties and shit. It's like I've heard every fucking thing there is.
It's the same joke.
Yeah, it's the same jokes, but it's everyone puts their own spin on it. But it makes you like. I mean, I'm glad that it happened because like I feel like it makes
you thick-skinned. No pun intended.
Yeah, thick skin. It's like I'm not gonna get offended about shit nowadays. Like you can't put anything on any social media and not hear about it.
I touch in my act. I touch on a lot of like the places in my life where my humor comes from.
Yeah,
and it's definitely comes from the school I went to in the area I grew up in, and like kind of like the lifestyle I lived when I was with my dad, where I was in like. He always worked in bars, and then hung out in bars. So like if he's watching me on the weekends, I'm gonna be in bars all day.
Yeah.
So like I'm like hanging out with these like old dudes, and I'm like learning how to tell a joke by the time I'm like 5 years old. Like, I'm learning these
just
street
by
jokes
hearing them
bullshit and hearing them banter, and like I feel like one thing I'm good at is I know how to read a room, not just a room when I'm on stage doing stand up, but I know how to read a room.
Yeah, if you walk into it, you could tell. You could
at a party,
vibe with
a bar,
people. Exactly.
So like, and I think I really, I mean, as inappropriate as it probably was for me to be at a bar on a Sunday afternoon with.
Made you grow up a little quicker.
Sure. So I'm definitely happy for that experience.
Yeah, like my dad was like the same way. Like he would bring us, like he had friends, like they'd hang out in garages and like like they'd be tinkering and shit, and like I would be hanging out with him. I would go to school for half day whenever I was young. He would be like, he was like a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
And my mom would just work, so he would take me wherever. I like grew up in flea markets and shit. Like he got all these, you know what I mean? It's just like, and you learn how to communicate because you're exposed to so many different people.
Yeah, dude. Like
It's like, how'd you get involved with all this? Were you like a shy dude growing up?
Me, never.
Yeah.
No, I was always like, I mean, it's pretty cliche. Like, I was always like wanted to like have pictures taken of me.
Yeah.
I'm probably more introverted now than I was growing up.
100%, dude. I used to wear suit jackets, carry attaché cases.
I used to wear like I had these Superman pajamas that were like the Superman costume.
Oh wow!
And I would wear them under my clothes, like in the supermarket.
I never did that.
I was a fucking
yeah, that's funny.
nerd, man.
Did you just like?
Oh, I'd break it off and
Oh my god!
And my mom was like, I'd be trying to take you to like stores and stuff, and you would like refuse to go in if you couldn't bring your Captain America shield.
That's the best.
Yeah, I was
we were having that conversation with like Ali, and he was talking about like we were all talking about like the Marvel shit and everything.
We had that conversation.
You so were you real heavy into it growing up?
Yeah, I was a huge Superman fan. My mom, and I still am.
I feel like that's not real common.
It's not common, and people hate on Superman because they're like, he has every power, he could just squash people, and then he's like hurt by a rock. Like, I get all that, but you know, he was the first superhero. He was the first one that was really written, and the Christopher Reeves movies, I used to watch those all the time as a kid, and I love those movies.
R.I.P. to the GOAT.
I know, man. He is the best Superman I think there are. He's Superman.
Yeah. Like, I mean, who's your Batman?
I knew that was going to be your question. I was just going to ask you
who's
that
your
question.
Batman?
My Batman.
Because like you think of Superman and like I don't. I mean, like no one really follows that. So I mean, like people that are listening, they're like probably like 1 out of every 10 are gonna be like, what? Can you name 2 Batman? I mean, 2 Supermans? Like you can name a lot of Batmans though. Like
oh yeah,
everyone.
And there was I think the Batman movies are far more popular.
Absolutely.
My Batman, I would have to say is Michael Keaton.
Absolutely, dude.
Because
gotta be
partially because he's from fucking Coriopolis, right up the road.
Gotta be, dude.
And yeah, no, like
I just loved
so
him as an
cool.
actor back in the day. Like, so
I still love him as an actor.
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, like Multiplicity, Jack Frost, like Beetlejuice, all them movies. Like, he was such like he was someone I watched a lot growing
so you
up.
seem like a movie guy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Night Shift?
I don't know. I mean,
would
who knows?
highly recommend that. It's
What's
an
it about?
old-ass 80s movie, and it's with Henry Winkler and Michael Keaton and Shelley Long. And Keaton and not to give a long. I'm not just going to give you the whole movie here on your podcast.
I would definitely
that
watch
wouldn't
it.
be really exciting, but they run a morgue.
Oh, okay.
And they run a prostitution ring out of the morgue.
Oh, I would definitely watch
Really
that.
funny, man. And Michael Keaton's hilarious.
I do. I mean, I enjoy.
He's a beast.
I enjoy pretty much everything. How'd you get it involved with like what was your first like exposure to comedy? Like parents into it or anything?
Yeah, man. Again, my parents both love stand up separately. So like my mom was real big into like the like she used to have me watching like the Rodney Dangerfield young comedians and like Eddie Murphy Delirious. The first ever stand up special that I can remember watching is Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh,
The Dice Man Cometh.
yeah.
And I know he gets like labeled as like this hack, I guess, and like, but I like have this like just special part in my heart for him.
I feel like he gets a pass because he was like one of the first like to like really do it and like
that character works.
Yeah.
Something about Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, like I mean, like some people hate on Larry the Cable Guy and shit, and I think from like a hustler perspective, like the dude is a G.
I don't hate on him at all.
Yeah, but like I mean, like some people hate on that comedy. You know, it's like a hacky comedy, but I mean, like everyone has their own waves, just like there's so many genres of music.
It's his
Like
gimmick,
that dude,
man.
like I laugh at shit that he says for sure,
Says
but it's
some
not
funny
my
shit, dude.
everyday.
The thing with like him and like Dice is like you can't hate on it because it's not like they didn't pay their dues.
Yeah.
You know, to in some way or
they
another.
definitely went through some shit.
Yeah.
It's
And-
like everyone, I'm sure, did coming up.
Like the one thing that's weird is like I grew up like on like comics like Dice Clay and like watching like Rodney Dangerfield's young comedians, and then people there's a big thing in comedy, and I'm not sure if you've experienced this yet, is like a separation between like clean comedy and dirty comedy.
Yeah, it's like a whole different world.
Where like they'll ask you to do a set, and they're like, hey, we need you to be PG-13 or we need you to be PG, and I can do it, but I'm like, you know, some gigs I won't accept just because I don't want to do it, and it's hard for me to be like completely clean and not joke around about this filthy shit or this like kind of dark shit because
Yeah.
I didn't grow up that way. We were
Yeah,
just talking,
exactly.
we grew up in bars, going to
Yeah.
flea markets. The
Yeah, I know,
comedians
right?
that I was listening to was Dice Clay, who's had
talking
punchlines
about everything.
chicks are munching on his balls.
Yeah, balls, pussy, everything.
So it's gonna be hard for me to like want to be like, hey, if you ever go into church, when you're growing up Catholic, I'm never gonna start a bit like that.
Yeah, I know. It's like I just whenever I write shit, I mean, like I listen to a lot of podcasts, so like I feel like I have like an in. Do you listen to a lot?
There's a couple I listen to frequently.
Like what kind of shit do you listen to?
Mostly comedy podcasts.
Yeah, but like who?
I mentioned 10-minute podcasts was one of the first ones I really got into. I still try to keep up with Marin every once in a while. If there's somebody that comes out I really want to hear, which the Drew Carey one just came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I
wanted
listened to it.
that. Was it good?
Yeah, it was super good. I love Marin. Like I think that my goal for my podcast is to be a mix between like Marin, Ari Shaffir, and like Bert Kreischer.
Okay.
It's like I
never
love
listened to the other two guys, but
Ari Shaffir or Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, would you recommend?
You familiar
their
who they
podcasts?
are?
I know who they are for sure, but I never
Yeah.
listened to their podcast.
Ari
Are they good?
Shaffir's podcast is like it's like Marin's, but like less like corporate, like not corporate, but like he'll go off on
Less
tangents.
formal?
Yeah, less formal. Like I mean, like Mark Maron will talk to like the fucking president, and like you can't ask the president like wild ass shit. Obviously, Mark Maron talks to people that have like a certain like I just listened to Melissa McCarthy on my way home, and it's like I'm sure that like she's a little bit raunchy and shit, but like his shows in general really aren't too fucked up. Like they'll talk about drugs and shit every once in a while, but it's not anything crazy. Ari Shaffir, on the other hand, does not give a fuck about anything, and he'll talk to you about like anything from like fucking like hooking up with all these girls to sniffing drugs or doing all this shit, and it's like a little looser, but I mean, like, I like that. I like that, like, Bert Kreischer, he's like a dad who has a podcast. So, like, he kind of has, like, a mix between that dad humor, but still the bro humor because, like, he was who Van Wilder was about. And, like, the dude really is, like, that big of a personality. Like, I was fortunate enough to be able to podcast with him 4 years ago.
yeah.
And he was just such a welcoming dude. But I want to, like, I kind of want to interweave all mine together for all the aspects of the podcast that I listen to.
Yeah, I mean that's like what everybody that's in some type of art, you kind of pull from
Everyone else's
who you
shit.
like, and which not necessarily stealing from them, but like like emulating what they do well, and I mean that's how you make this great. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like Mark Maron. I mean, I could be wrong in saying this, but I feel like he was the guy that kind of paved the way for like the format for a podcast.
Yeah, I mean the only other people that I know that were out were like Adam Carolla, but it was still like a different thing. Like Adam Carolla was still doing different shit, and then like Mark Maron was doing it, and then like Joe Rogan came in, and like from Joe Rogan this spider web happened.
You
with,
like Joe Rogan's?
Yeah, I mean like I've been listening to his for probably like since like it was in the hundreds, and it's like in the thousands now. So
Holy
we've been
shit.
listening to it for a minute. Like I don't listen to every single one or anything, but I've heard it like progress over the years, and I liked it a lot more back then just because like it wasn't as like sometimes it gets too political for me. Like, you know what, like I'll go to work and I have to hear people talk about politics, and like anytime you turn on the TV it's just all politics and like hearing about Trump and everything. I just sometimes I don't want to fucking listen
I don't
to
really
that.
talk about it in my act, man.
No, you didn't at all.
And there's a reason for that. I mean, one is you don't want to kind of. I feel like sometimes, like when you put your agenda out there, you're isolating the crowd.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of like you said, and like people hear it everywhere else, man. It's almost like I'm not a Trump supporter, but making fun of Trump is almost a hack fucking premise at this
everyone's
point.
doing it now.
Everybody's doing. Like I just started watching the new Arrested Development.
Yeah.
And I got to the third episode, and they're making like a bunch of Trump jokes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, like I like looked up to these writers that like from Arrested Development from when it was
I'm trying to get
originally
away
out.
from the world.
And I thought you'd be better than making some fucking hacky Trump jokes.
Yeah, like it's like I get what you're saying. It's like you watch comedy and like you watch these things to like get away from like
It's an escape.
Yeah, it's an escape. That's exactly
what we're
it.
there to do. And granted, I don't think that there's my philosophy, which I can't believe I just said that, is that I think you can. I don't think anything's off limits. I think you can joke about literally everything, but there is like a scale to me where like if it's gonna be like this sensitive of a topic or this fucking annoying of a topic, it has to be this funny.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna go to a show and risk, isolating people in my crowd or offending a bunch of people if I don't think this is a fucking slamming ass bit.
Yeah.
Like, and I even noticed it. I don't know if I did this the night that you were there, but I tell this story on stage. It's a bit. It's about somebody, a girl farting in my bed.
Okay.
It's a joke. I don't know if you ever heard that, but
I don't think I did.
the idea of the bit is that like I found out not all farts are funny. A girl farts in my bed, and it's just me like trying to ignore it.
Yeah.
And she's not letting me. She's like, "Did you just hear that?
I
just farted." And then I'm like, "Gross, that's gross." And then she gets into like well, girls are allowed to fart. Girls do fart. And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but like." They just don't decide to do it on a third date. I've been in 4-year relationships where I gave myself like dysentery holding that shit in, and then true story by the way. And I kind of close on the bit and I say it kind of makes me feel like Hillary Clinton would have had a better chance of winning the election if she changed the slogan "I'm with her" to "Girls can fart too." I think she would have had a better chance. Like shit, we voted for the grab 'em by the pussy guy. I think farts had a shot. And I would say that, and I think that's a funny line. But I was noticing, like,
dude, people
in that. Do you see any political agenda like there?
No, but if you think about
hear
it,
those fucking names and their buttholes just.
Well, some people like aren't so like. I mean, like I would consider myself a fan of comedy. Like I'm a fan of it. Like I know that if I'm going there, that it's gonna be like that. I'm gonna hear fucked up shit probably, or like some wild ass racy shit. But like, I mean, if you go there, like you have to know that like you're gonna be hearing about these things. Like people like jokes are made. I feel for like things that I observe every day. It's just like I try to communicate that to people in my way, and like that, I feel like that's a goal for everyone. And like people, I mean, like that's a reality. Trump, like all this shit is a reality, but it's just like so overdone. It's just like and we were trying, like you said, it's just like an escape. We need. I don't know. Some people thrive on the whole political aspect of everything,
and some people kill it at that. Some people are great at that. But in my opinion, I grew up loving The Daily Show.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, man, like.
I feel like the times are different for sure, though.
And no offense to Trevor Noah, because I think he's a talented guy.
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like Jon Stewart would have still done this a little bit differently. And like it almost seems like the show is like forcing. They're just forcing the Trump bashing, and I'm someone who fucking can't stand Trump.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, dude, like
Jon Stewart was doing it while it was like, I mean, like 10 years ago, people were still saying like 10 years ago, people were still saying like faggot and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like in 10 years, like that's forbidden to say now. Like that'll ruin someone's whole career.
Sure.
And like, I think that's just like. That goes to show like how much things have changed just in a decade. It's like even comedy back then, like there's movies where it's like dudes taking advantage of like fucked up girls. Like even comedies, this is happening too.
Yeah.
And it's like now if it comes out, like people read it the wrong way, start putting shit all over social media, and it's just like I saw the other day. Like, do you watch hockey?
I do.
So did you watch the Vegas Golden Knights intro?
Like which one was
like the last one before, like of the last game of the first Stanley Cup game
with Michael Buffer out there?
Yeah.
Some of it, yeah.
So I read someone on Twitter today, and they were like, "Oh, I think it's so disrespectful that like the Vegas like blurred out or like blacked out the faces of the Capitals," and I'm just like, bro, like, are you serious? Like, do you have time to like complain about this shit?
It's fucking like we live in an era where people like love that feeling of like being
woe is
offended me. And love like everybody wants attention and not everybody deserves attention and not everybody's getting it the right way,
but everyone thinks they are because they have a Facebook.
Like I saw an article recently about should
white people? Is it offensive for white people to use GIFs with black people on it? And it's like, is it a form of digital blackface? I'm like, no. Like, what the? I mean, there's a difference between like not being offensive and being equal as races and genders.
Yeah.
But there's also like let's not fucking pick every little battle to try to separate.
Yeah,
us, man.
I feel like people are just creating some things whenever they're like, really ain't. There's no intention behind it. I don't know, but that's just like I said. That shows how it was. I mean, like back then to what it is now. Because you were talking about like Jon Stewart, and it's a completely different show.
Yeah.
Pretty much all shows are completely different now, because like
for
it's just
sure.
like you got to be so worried about what you're gonna say. Like, when did you start doing stand up?
I started in October. It'll be 7 years. I started when I was 22.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what made you want to get into that? Is that something you always wanted to do?
I've always loved stand up, and I've always done like some like aspect of performing in my life.
Like, what do you mean?
I did like musicals in high school.
Really?
Yeah, so some people kind
Oh,
of find that a
shit.
little shocking.
What kind of musicals did you have?
We did like Seussical the musical,
No
Les
idea.
Miserables,
Oh yeah, I know what that is.
Pippin.
Were you like a tree, or were you like a main role or
That was
something?
like a main role.
That's fucking
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
You
man.
enjoyed it though?
I loved it, man. I didn't love the singing so much because I didn't feel like I was that great at it.
Yeah.
But I liked the idea of acting. and
Yeah.
people fucking clapping.
That's something
for
I
shit
never
that I do.
did. That's something I never did in high school. It's like
Really?
I mean I played football. I wrestled, but I never did any like musical instruments or did musicals. I don't know why, because like I was always into it too. Like I've always been into like movies and shit. But
I mean, I wanted to be a movie star, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to- but yeah, I got out of college. I went to WVU, and I got out, and I kind of was like not like finding a job right away, and it was kind of like something I was like, you know what, like this is something I could do. I could go and try stand up. Another buddy of mine that I went to high school with wanted to do it too, and we saw like an older guy that went to our school was doing it.
yeah,
And I was like,
fuck it.
let's give it a try. And
How was your first experience?
great.
Was it?
Yeah, really. Well, so I went to this bar that a bar that I grew up in. And,
What bar?
It was used to be called Hoove's Place,
Okay.
and now it's called the Steel Town Inn. It's in like it's right near Braddock. I guess it would be technically Braddock Hills.
Okay.
And I went there, and I packed, like, me and my friend Sean, we packed the place with like our friends and family.
Yeah.
So it's all people that are in on like my inside joke. It's like, Mick, you ever notice how cousin Steve
Yeah.
fucking does this? And then everybody's like, yeah, we know cousin Steve. and I'm like, dude, I kill. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm crushing. And then I go to an open mic at Smiling Moose, used to be back there. That was like the toughest mic to do.
Yeah.
And I get there, and I go up to Derek Minto, was hosting it at the time.
Okay.
And I go up, and I'm like, hey, I'm here to do comedy. How do I get on up? And he's like, what's your name? Yeah, we'll get you on the list. And I'm like, why is this guy talking to me? Like, was he not at the Steel Town Inn to see me smash in front of my mom and my aunt?
Yeah.
And I went up like 23rd. I had my girlfriend at the time and my good buddy there, like drinking, and I get on stage dressed like a dickhead, mind you. Like, I'm wearing like plaid shorts and a polo shirt. Like, I remember my outfit because I remember, like, if I see somebody wearing that now on stage, it's just such a no-no.
Yeah.
And I got like fucking slides on, like the Nike slides.
Yeah.
And I went right after Aaron Kleiber,
Oh
who
shit.
was like a seasoned comic at that time.
Yeah, just filmed a special.
already. And he went up and he crushed. And then I go up and I
God.
start doing my shit, dude. And I just bombed, and I'm like sweating. And I had 5 minutes prepared. It felt like 60. But after both times, like after like doing well in front of my family, I was like, I want that again.
Yep.
And then after bombing like that, I'm like, I never want that again. And I
Yep.
want to keep doing that. And
You want to keep working harder.
yeah, so I mean, ever since then, I since that moment, I don't think I've, there were a couple like big gaps between like the next couple times I did stand up.
Yeah.
But
dude, you need to listen to the episode with Lee. He talks about that because like Eric was with us, and Eric ended up, I guess, opening for you guys.
yeah, he
like
came
the
out.
one
He
night,
came out and did some guest sets on Saturday.
and he brought it up while we were talking in the interview, and he was like, I never told my family that I was doing stand up or anything. He was like, it's like cheating yourself because like you're padding your reaction. You know what it is? I mean, like, see, my whole experience of comedy was like fucked up because the only reason I even like I've always wanted to do it. I've always been super afraid of it, and I've not been afraid by just talking to in front of people. It's just like if people think that the shit that I think is funny. All right,
Yeah.
so it like going up there doesn't bother me. It's just like I want people to understand how I'm saying it. But Matt Light was here to do an episode, and we got around to talking about it, and he was like, "Oh, well, I'm doing this competition. A bunch of people were in it, so like it's not a big deal. Just come and try it out. That way you can get on stage." So I was like, "All right, I'll try it out." And I've never been more nervous about anything in my life. Like just like,
Really?
oh my god, just like sick. Like seriously, nothing in my life has ever made me feel like that. Even my wedding vows, dude. I was sick about it. So I go down 2 hours early. Go
The
over
first time you've ever done stand up?
ever. Besides one time in 9th grade, whenever I went to Penn State Barron and told a joke at a joke telling competition at the little like
Do
rec
you remember
thing.
your joke?
Yeah,
What is
I
it?
just I stole it from Desperado, Quentin Tarantino's joke. Have you ever seen that? Whenever he's
I
talking
saw the
about
movie.
pissing in the cup.
What's the
And,
joke?
Well, how this dude bet this bartender that he bet this bartender $200 that he could piss in this cup and not spill a drop. And the guy just starts pissing, and he starts pissing all over the bar and everything like that. And the bartender's laughing, hilarious. He's like dying. He's like, "You just fucking owe me $200." And then Quentin Tarantino's like, "All right, just give me 1 second." And he goes over and he talks to this big group of people in the corner. And he comes over and he counts out the $200. And he's like smiling and everything like that. And the bartender's like, "Why the fuck are you laughing? You just got beat for $200." He was like, "Well, I just bet those guys over there in the corner each $500 that I could piss all over you, your bar, all over the place, and you not only be not mad about it, but you'd be happy." And like I told this joke, and I was just like, no one knew what the fuck I was talking about. So, but I didn't
go well.
I mean, like it went well, but I
Okay.
think it just went well because I was like
A young
super
dude.
young. Like
Yeah.
there was no reason I even should have been up there. But other than that, I've never done anything. But we ended up going up there. I talked to a dude named Mike Elliott. I don't know if you know who that is. He does like some comedy, but like I'm just talking to people, trying to ask their opinions about shit. I'm just like, fuck, like whatever happens. But I go up there and like, I don't know if people just told me because it was my first time, but like I genuinely felt like it went really, really well.
Yeah.
Second night, it like went a little bit okay. Third night and fourth night, I killed it. Then I go and play this show up at the Obie House. It's like this little comedy showcase, and I fucking bombed. It was
Yeah, man.
terrible, and it's just like it's the same
gonna
feeling.
happen.
Oh
dude.
no, I get it.
Yeah, like it's
I get it, but like you said, it's like once you do well, you feel like you want that again. But whenever you don't do well, you don't ever want to feel like that. So like, it's like you got to deal with that shit to be able to like get better. I feel
it's cliche at this point, but I do learn more from my bombs than I do
Yeah.
from when I kill.
I mean, do you bomb a lot?
I anymore no,
Yeah,
but also I mean I still do, but like also your definition of what a bomb is changes.
yeah,
Like I felt like I had some shows this past weekend where I did great, and then I had I think one or two of them that I don't think went that well.
yeah.
But if I would have had that same set 3 years ago, I'd have been like, oh, I crushed.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
you get more critical of yourself.
You're way more critical of yourself, and you're like all that I'm thinking about is like, how could that B or C performance have been an A performance?
Yeah.
Like what else could I have done? Like fuck, I missed out on that. Like there's a lot of things that
Yeah, if you're not doing that though, I feel like that it's just like you're not.
you're wasting your time.
Yeah, you're not. You're wasting your time if you're just like, oh yeah, I'm cool, and it's just like I got like a fucked up mindset at first because like I was like, man, like those were all right jokes, but it was like a lot of my family and friends were there. So it's like, it's low hanging fruit because like these people are there. Anything you say that's remotely funny, they're going to be dying about because you're fucking doing it for your first time.
For sure.
And I mean, like, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm happy it all went how
No,
it did.
that's
but,
great. I mean, you know, who knows? Maybe if you did go there your first time, and I'm not saying this would be the case, but maybe if you did go there and you bombed, maybe that would have just been, instead of being
Soured
like, I
my
never want that
taste.
to happen again, maybe instead you're just like, well, fuck this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, right. It's I mean, like you get discouraged to where you have like stopped.
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
Like I've had some like funks, some slumps.
Yeah.
And then it's like you kind of get like that one show, like a slump buster show, and you kill, and you're like, all right,
Yeah. It's like,
I'm back.
do you
at
golf?
it. No,
Okay.
do not
It's
golf.
kind of like how golfing is. I
Yeah.
never golfed either, but like you have like 1,000 terrible shots, but that one good one just makes you like,
Turns it around.
yeah, it's like, that's what you think about at night before you go to
confidence
bed.
thing, man,
Yeah.
yeah.
It builds it right back up.
I with oh shit, kind of lost my train of thought there.
That's all right.
I had something. It was probably gonna be something super fucking profound.
That's right. I edit all this shit post anyway.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I kill it. Anyway, so you do this podcast, kind of throw the name out and everything.
Yeah, my podcast is No Week's Notice. It's a podcast where I interview fellow entertainers, people that are kind of pursuing a dream that they've had, and I talk to them about. I see a lot of podcasts where they talk like on Marin, for example.
Yeah.
They talk about somebody's comedy career. So I'm like, all right, well that you know, I want to talk about the shitty part of their life.
Yeah.
Like the bad jobs that they've had, like leading up to, you know, what got them where they are or what they're still currently doing. Like I want to talk to them about like serving jobs, and then more importantly, I want to find out if they've ever been fired in like a crazy way or like quit a job like a badass, because I've never have.
You never did ever.
I've never been fired, and I've always
man.
quit every job.
I was going to ask you that.
I've always quit every job like a huge coward, or did the 2 weeks notice thing. But I think like that's what I truly think is like everybody's real dream. Like everybody wants to be able to quit a job. Like fuck you. Like
I gave
stick it
out
to
2.
the man. You have
2.
You're gonna have to come do my show, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I've been asked to do my first podcast as a guest. Do you know Sykes?
I don't.
Sykes, Start the Beat. It's a podcast in Pittsburgh. He's like real heavy in the music scene.
I know. I just met him actually. He does this through Epicast, right?
Yeah, Epicast. And like you do your shit through Epicast?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They release all of our stuff, but all the production is through Dom Shuck, and he just fucking.
How'd you get
kills it.
involved with this? Like, I mean, when did this start?
Well, like I started doing a bit on stage about quitting jobs.
Yeah.
And I've always been so interested in job quitting stories and like hearing shitty job stories. And there's so much interesting, like everybody has an interesting story about work, and
Absolutely.
it's something that's so relatable. And Dom Shuck is the old sound guy from the Improv. That's how I became friends with him. And he always wanted to produce a podcast and wanted me to do a podcast. And I just never had a good idea.
Yeah.
And then that came up, and I met with him, and he was like, let's do it.
Yeah. When did that start?
October.
Oh yeah, so it's still
Or
fairly
September.
recent.
Yeah, September.
That's and like I feel that is I like themed podcasts. Like I mean, I like ones that aren't like mine. I don't think is a theme. Like I have like
Yeah.
a template. I pretty much just like
I like this. I like it's.
I just want to talk to people like how you like you said, you know about like I know you're a fucking comedian. Like people know you're a comedian. Like I want to know why you are. Like,
Yeah.
like if your parents and you know what I mean. Like it's why I ask about people's parents and shit. Like how did you start listening to stuff? And you know like my dad. I just like know that I was so influenced by like my parents. It's like my dad always had like dope ass music playing, like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Led
Love
Zeppelin,
Stevie Ray
like
Vaughan.
all this shit. And it's just like so much. That's a benefit of growing up. Like growing up a little bit quicker, like how you were saying you grew up in your dad, like
Yeah.
with your dad, like in a bar. Like I might not have grew up in like the exact like the way that every normal cookie cutter American thinks that their kid should grow up, but like I'm fucking happy with how I became.
Yeah, dude. I mean, what
It's like I can handle my shit. I feel like I have a well-rounded taste of shit. It's like I mean, that's the only way you're going to learn about shit is through other people. Like everyone learns through other people. It's like that's why I don't know who you are really.
Yeah.
And it's genuinely interesting to me because like I saw your set. It's like you were funny. We have some like similar shit that we talk about. Like I talk about people like how it's fucking rough growing up as a fat dude.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand. Kids nowadays get like made fun of their hair. Like, bro, like have your fucking best friend flick your titty while you're talking to your crush. It's like you don't know, what it is.
That's fucking something that has always bothered me, dude. Is like I think that is a role and that is part of man code, and I don't think it's followed often enough. Is lighten the fuck up when there's chicks around,
Right?
Anyway, like I will.
That's
never,
a true
like,
story that happened.
Oh, dude, it's happened. Like shit, like that's happened to me.
Talking to this girl, buddy just goes, huh? And I'm just like, that's whenever your like soul just shatters inside, and you just play it off like, you fucking loser.
Bro,
like,
this chick knows.
yeah,
She can see.
yeah,
You
she
don't
could
have to
see.
fucking-
Like I ain't
you don't have to
hiding
get
nothing.
a laser pointer.
I know.
And fucking.
But I don't know. Like I never drank growing up or anything. Like my dad and my mom, they never drank. So like I was always afraid of puking. I
Really?
hate throwing up more than anything. I just have like this crazy fear of it, and I just would see people throwing up after they drink. and
We've had
no.
so many similarities up to this point, and I just not scared to throw up, bro.
Yeah,
That's how I keep this girlish figure.
yeah,
No, I like have like I drink. I'm better now, but like I've drank heavily since I was like 12 or 13,
yeah.
and I would say like as I started getting older, I would get these murderous hangovers, and sometimes the only thing that would help is making myself vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I see it. Like I grew up around like animals.
Yeah.
I grew up around like the Keystone, the Red Rubies. It's like that shit was a staple in high school. It's
Yeah.
like people would walk in with warm cases at Keystone, and they'd be sitting there like, "Yeah, dude, we're fucking raging, drinking this warm beer," and I got a cold Turner's, and I'm like, "Yo, keep that. Like you have that. Like you guys could say that you're like all fucked up, go puke in the woods, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna call me a pussy. I'm gonna drink this Turner's and be able to drive home and sleep in my bed." It's like, you know what I mean? And that's always something that I made sure, like I was always like, in Elizabeth, like a bunch of people died, like whenever we were in middle school, like people
yeah.
were wrecking their cars, and like, I mean, we had like 6 young kids die from the time I was in like probably 6th grade up until like senior year. And it's just like, I mean,
that'll throw you off.
yeah, it throws you off, dude. And like, I feel that a lot of my friends and like the people that even listen to this now, like they all brush drinking and driving off like it's like nothing, but like so many people die, and like
We're about 3. This is almost exactly 3 years from when I got my DUI,
oh yeah,
and I got it pretty viciously, dude.
why?
Like I was working a weekend at the Improv. I was
Okay.
featuring for Reno Collier. You
I
know
don't
who that
who
is?
that is. What's he from?
He was Larry the Cable Guy's opener. Like his
What's he look like?
he was on that one roast.
I
where
think I might have
everybody
seen
was,
him.
like making fun of him because he was like a no name.
I think I might have seen him.
Really good dude, but he was a fucking partier, and I'm a partier, and we were, drinking. We end up at the Owls Club after the show. It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm coming home at like 4 a.m. I was living in Bloomfield at the time,
Yeah.
driving from Homestead to Bloomfield, and I was trying to play a song on my phone, like through YouTube, and I look up and just crushed the guardrail right at the Oakland exit on 376. Spun around, woke up to like a lady knocking on my window. I was in like the middle of the road,
Jesus.
and she was like, "Hey, oh my God, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." She was like, "I called 911." I was like, "All right, you didn't call the cops though, did you?" She's like, "They usually come with 911." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck." So I try like starting my car. My car doesn't really start, but the music comes on, and it's fucking Jackson 5's "I Want You Back." and I'm like,
my
"Really? That's the
God.
fucking song that I
I was
needed
gonna
to
ask
hear?"
you what you were
Like,
playing.
That's what I needed to hear was
I was waiting for you to say some Clapton or something.
was a song that was played on 3WS every 9 minutes. And I couldn't have just waited.
Yeah.
And then and the cops came, and I was kind of being a dick because I was like, I'm fucking in trouble anyways.
Yeah.
Like, what's it? And the state troopers that got me was like one of the first encounters with the police that I ever had that was like positive, because I'm in the back seat and I'm fucking the only, like, you know, thankfully the only injury I came out with was a little scratch on my nose
Oh yeah.
and like a little bit of soreness.
It's
But
fucking
I'm in the
wild.
back seat. I'm like, hey man, if you guys, you know, want to just sweep this under the rug, I have a promo code for $5 tickets for the rest of the weekend. And they're like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then, like, I guess I was bleeding on my khakis. Like, I got blood on my khakis. And I was like,
yeah.
this is just ridiculous. And the guy was like, what's ridiculous? What are you upset about? And I was like, I ruined my favorite khakis. And he was like, yeah, man, you totaled a car. He's like, so I think you got a lot more to worry about in these khakis. I was like, yeah, but I don't think I'm going to find ones that fit me like this. But yeah, I mean, like since I'm glad that happened.
Yeah.
Because you were saying people brush off drinking and driving. Dude, I was doing it every fucking week. I was waking up not remembering how I got home. Like,
And like I have friends that do it too, and it's like I don't know, I know that like sometimes like, you know, like I don't make it like a big deal. Like I don't say, like, if someone's wrecked, like I won't let them drive home.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
if they're crushed, I won't let them drive home. But like I ain't like gonna be like a mom like screaming at people whenever they have like a beer or two. But
at the end of the day, people are grown-ups.
yeah, people are grown-ups.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like it's not my place to be like, you're a fucking idiot. But like, I don't know, I wish people would listen to, or like think about it a little bit more. Cause like, I mean, like if you're over that line, like why press your luck? Pay $20 for Uber.
That dude with Uber and Lyft.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
there's no excuse
there's
now.
no excuse.
I mean, I understand what it was back then. Like one of them was like alcohol, one of them was just going too fast. I mean, people do dumb shit. Like I fucking, thankfully, knock on wood, I've never wrecked a car.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, so I just hope not. Luckily, I've never wrecked my nice cars that I have, every beater that I've ever gotten. what I have to ask you that. What was your worst job? You have this podcast where you talk about your worst job.
Honestly, the worst job that I think I ever had was the one I hated the most. Like I had a lot of like dumb, shitty jobs.
Yeah.
But the one I really like grew to hate the most was the last one that I had working customer service for a health insurance company.
Yeah.
Just because like the people there I loved, like everybody that I was cool with, but like the idea of the job and what was behind it, I hated so much. Like,
Were you sitting at a desk all day?
all fucking day?
Yeah,
dude.
dude, it
Like,
kills you.
lazy, like on the computer, answering calls where when you're working a customer service line, people aren't calling to be like, dude, you guys are fucking killing it, man. Keep up the good work.
know.
They're calling to snap on you. And
Yep.
like, you have to like talk to these people with your own agenda, like for this company that you don't necessarily agree
Yeah.
with. And it's people that, I'm not a brilliant guy. I'm not a smart guy, but I was smarter than a lot of people that I was talking to that were fucking shitting on me. And I'm just like, and it started getting to the point where like I was good at the job at first. Like I was able to like separate like, oh, these people aren't yelling at me. You know,
Yeah.
but like I started getting like jaded. Like these motherfuckers know my name's not Steve Highmark. I don't own this fucking company.
I know.
I make $15 an hour. Just be a normal person.
Yeah, don't be a
Talk
dick.
to me. I'm the only person that can help you right now.
I always say like, I swear to God, a telemarketer called me one time, and I was just getting calls all the time. I still get robotic calls all the time.
Yeah.
Those are the new bullshit calls. But back whenever it was real people, I just asked them, I was like, why do you even work for this company? Because no one talks to you. I was like, go work for 911.
Yeah.
It's like, if you don't want people to hang up on you, go work for 911. And then I hung up on them.
I lied. Worst job, door-to-door cable sales for Comcast.
My God.
That was the worst job.
I've never done that, but
It was-
I bet it sucked.
It was 100% commission. And I can't. Just the other day, I did something that made me really mad at myself. Is I was coming home, and my roommate, also my mom, I was coming home, and she was she's going to school, so she was busy with something. And like had that like a deadline at like 5 p.m. It's like 20 minutes till.
Yeah.
And this young dude is like got like his fucking little Verizon polo on and like his clipboard, and I could see him talking to him. And I just got back from the gym and working, and I was like hot as fuck and like feeling gross.
Yeah.
And I'm like walking, and she's already like, hey, like I got this thing, dude. And she starts shutting the door. I'm like about to walk in, and he's like, hey, buddy, hey. And I'm like, God damn it, dude. I was like, I don't want to be mean to you. Please stop talking.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I was like, I've been in your shoes, dude. I was like, I don't want. And he was like, who do you have for your provider? I was like, Verizon. And he worked for Verizon. We don't. But he was like, Verizon. He was like, well, wait a second. I'm looking. And he starts looking at his clipboard, and I just snuck in and shut the door. I felt bad about it. Like, I was like, dude, I've been in that position.
Sometimes it's just you can't just be like, he's got to.
But I have been in the position of him where if the first lady told me that, I would have been like, all right, I put myself like, that's why I was so bad at the job.
Yeah,
it's because I wasn't pushy and I put myself in people's shoes. Like, and I wouldn't, I don't. Who likes being sold to? Who likes being harassed?
Yeah, let me tell you a real story.
Yeah,
so
man.
My buddy Dan Snyder and me and him would just I would come home from PTI, and he lived right in Brookline, and we would just go and chill at his house, chill on his back porch, smoke cigarettes, and just fucking hang out, listen to literally Phil Collins, or not Phil Collins, but what the fuck is his name? Benny and the Jets.
Oh, Elton John.
Elton John. Fuck.
Yeah.
I said Phil Collins.
He said Phil Collins at first. I was like, oh, is this going to be more or less gay?
Yeah, Elton John. So this dude knocks on our Comcast dude knocks on the door while we're there, and he's just this regular dude. So my buddy Dan is like very welcoming, like me. So we ended up like chilling with this dude for an hour. We just brought him in, and we were just hanging out with him for an hour. I swear to God, on Facebook, we were just talking to him again the other day because like his name's Dominic Columbus, and it's like
that sounds like a porn star.
It does sound like a porn star, but this dude lives in Colorado now, and it's like we just touch back and forth on Facebook. But it was so funny.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean that kind of shit though, like that will make someone's day. But I'm 100% guilty of like not answering shit. Like I'll peek down them steps right there whenever I hear a knock, and like sometimes I just won't go down.
Well, Rayton Carnegie I was working was one of my territories, and I went into a guy's house, and he was saying like, oh, my wife makes those decisions, but if you want to come in for a beer, I drank like 3 beers with this dude. He was making burgers. I ate a burger, and he was like, man, I don't think she's coming home anytime soon, brother. I'm sorry. and I think he knew that and was just like, man, I don't got nobody to hang out with.
Yeah.
Like, we're
just
sitting
like,
there bullshit.
Yeah,
about
why not,
sports.
right?
Yeah. And I did it, and that was fucking. I didn't make any sales that day, but I was like, at least I got some free beers.
Yeah, like working. I don't know. I feel like working them jobs like sucked whenever shit was happening, but like. They provided good stories. Like I did so much random shit, clean toilets, fucking.
They do provide really funny stories, man. And that's why I like doing the podcast, because it's not like it's one of those things too where it's not necessarily like I don't believe my podcast is the funniest podcast by any means, and there's some episodes that aren't full of like big laughs, but I like them. I like every episode that I've put out there because it's all like interesting and all shit that we've done. Like no matter where you've worked, dude, if you worked at fucking Brugger's Bagels for 20 years and that was the only job you've ever had,
you definitely got some good stories. 100%. Delivered pizzas, like so much wild shit. I don't know, dude. Like jobs it's like we were all such in a rush to grow up back then when we were having these jobs, but like I feel like everyone would go back.
Well, it's funny, the part-time gig that I'm working now, I feel like is the job I should have had when I was 16.
And what are you doing again?
I work out at the airport slinging luggage, and I work out there with like 5 other comedians. Like Colin Chamberlain's out there, and I'm real close with Colin.
Yeah.
And like we're all out there like throwing luggage and like
it's like she's out of my league.
Yeah, it's a lot like at the same airport too, yeah.
Yeah, same airport. And that Obie house, TJ Miller I actually found out performed there before he started shoving beer bottles up people's asses.
He was doing shit at the Smiling Moose. He was all over when he was here.
Yeah, it was wild. I didn't know that. Like this place is like if you go down Steuben Street, it's this hole in the wall bar that no one ever knows about. I've drove past it 4 times. I mean, I've lived here for 4 years, and I've drove past it 100 times. Picked my wife up in the parking lot, but then Adam was like, "Oh, we're doing a comedy show there." I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go in there and look." It turned out being like literally the best place ever. I'm going there right after this to talk to the owner about doing some other shit, but it's just like
where's that at? You said now?
Right,
the
like
Obie house.
Obie house. It's like 5 minutes away, dude. It's just like they have this like incredible food. Obviously, I'm a portly fellow and I enjoy my food, and
me too.
I judge places on that because like I definitely don't judge them off alcohol.
So you don't drink at all?
I mean, like I've been drunk, but like I've been drunk probably 6 times in my entire life.
Really?
Night of my wedding, I had a rum and coke. You know, like I mean, I'll drink. I've been getting real heavy into these seltzers with alcohol in them now,
Dude.
the White Claw and shit.
I was on vacation with some friends, like a bunch of people I went to high school with. We did like a vacation last year, and they had those seltzer water, like they're like cranberry flavor, that type of stuff.
Fuck yeah!
And I was calling them LGWs, little gay waters. And then I had one,
dude,
and I was on it the rest of the week,
the whole time.
I was like, I mean, it's refreshing.
Like I don't drink pop. Like I don't drink any I don't drink any pop really. I'll have a ginger ale every once in a while, but like I usually will drink a seltzer water just so it's like something different rather than like regular ass water. But these fucking like these seltzer waters with this alcohol in it is crazy because it just tastes so good. And it's not even that like I dislike it. I don't drink not for the dislike of the taste of anything. Like I love the taste of all the shit, but it's just I just don't like being drunk. Like I feel
Out of control.
Yeah, like I feel out of control. And like there was like a couple times whenever I was drunk where like, you know, I was just like falling out of a front door, just like hands and knees,
Sloppy.
puking in a yard, and it's just like
I've been there so many times.
I know, but I don't get the people who are there. Like my buddy Dylan, I've never seen someone had more violent hangovers in my entire life. He's the most fit dude ever, but like he'll just chug a bottle of like Jaeger, and he'll just like a switch will flip and he just won't be able to walk or something, and I'll just see him puking, and I'm just like, bro, like, and he'll be drinking next weekend. And I'm just like, I don't know how you do it.
I do it to myself, and I fuck myself, and it's like I'm using like it's basically like you lose 2 days of your life.
Yeah,
like it's the one day of me just getting like honestly, I'm a little mad that this past Sunday it was our last show of the weekend at the Improv.
Yeah,
and I was a little buzzed when I was there. Like on stage, like there was like new shit I wanted to try out with a Sunday crowd. That's usually when I like trying some new jokes.
Yeah,
and I was just like, you know what? You're a little too fucked up.
You don't drink too often?
I drink on the reg.
No, I mean like before you perform.
No, I'll have maybe a drink or two just to kind of like you know, level off, ease some nerves. But there's probably been like 2 shows that I was actually getting paid for that I was ever like really fucked up.
Yeah,
and I would say that last show on Sunday, I was a little drunker than I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I've done some open mics like fucking Black.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I remember one time, did you ever meet Tim Ross?
Yeah.
That's my dude, man. And
we won't, or what's he say? He ain't gonna pull no punches. Or
that's Jackknife Taylor. That's
Jackknife don't pull no punches.
There, Corner Cafe up in the South Side used to be the show, man. Like, was the shit. Like Mike Wasaki used to host it, run it. It would be packed. You had to like ask weeks in advance to get a spot on it.
Oh, really?
It was the shit. And I got up there so fucking drunk, dude. And next morning, Tim was like, "Dude, great set last night, bro." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Love the new shit that you did." I'm like, "What new shit, man?" He was like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "It was doing well." I was like, "You got to tell me what fucking jokes these were, dude. I don't remember them."
Yeah.
I was like, "So?" Oh, he's like, "Really?" He was like, "You were blacked out."
What's
like,
your
I could tell
alcohol
you were
choice?
Really drunk. My alcohol choice?
Yeah.
If I'm drinking, dude, I'm a beer and shot guy, and I like Jameson, like an Irish whiskey for the shot, or maybe like even like Jack Daniels, and then just like Miller Lite, dude. Like I like the craft beer shit, but I think it's gotten a little out of hand.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Like back whenever we did our first podcast with Buzzy, like four years ago, whenever like Work Hard was like they were just getting it, he was still like heavy into beers, and to see how that progressed, I think that honestly, the podcasting world and the craft beer world grew at equal popularities.
Together,
yeah, grew together for sure, because like back then there was really not too many like crazy like IPAs or like crazy breweries. Like the only person I knew that was drinking that type of beer was like Buzzy and like my buddy Dan that we were talking about. But like I mean, or I just wasn't in that world to know.
No, you're right. I mean, it was like a smaller sect of like these fucking beer snobs that worked at these craft beer bars. Now, like, I go into local I love dive bars.
Oh, me too.
I love them, dude. It's the best. Like I said, I grew up in them,
and like I love the idea of
You got to fuck with this Obi House one day.
really.
Dude, they do open mics there. They do
Dude,
like
if the-
karaoke's.
After we do this, let me know when there's a thing there.
I
I'd
will.
love to come
I will
do a
for
set.
sure. And the owners there are like the
Really
coolest
cool.
people ever. The dude literally, he kind of looks like Sam Kinison. He kind of reminds me of him, just like very raw, like long, like I don't know, dude.
That's
I don't
really
even know how to
funny.
describe him.
That's
but
really funny that you say that.
he loves. The first thing he said to me was like, I love any terrible movie. Like he's talking about like the like the Taiwanese Star Wars or the Peruvian Star Wars or some shit. I don't know. The dude is just so cool. I fuck with him. It's a good place.
You brought up Sam Kinison, and it just reminded me. I used to run a room in Mount Washington at this place called the Hot Rod Cafe.
Yeah.
And this basement that they built was cool as shit, dude. It looked like a basement in New York City, like
yeah?
for comedy. But it failed miserably, the comedy there. But the guy that owned the bar, his name, I don't even remember his real name because we called him Screamin' Sam. He was a fucking Sam Kinison impersonator.
Oh, really?
And he came back to Pittsburgh. He was living in Florida and wanted to start doing comedy. And every time, like, he would go up and he would start doing like a set, like trying to do like original material.
Yeah.
And it would just fucking bomb. And then he would just go into like, oh, like start doing the Sam Kinison shit. And I was like, oh man.
What do you think about the whole scene in Pittsburgh as far as comedy?
I mean, it's definitely grown. I will say that since I've started, and it's gotten better. But I think there are a lot of people that are over exaggerating how strong comedy is in Pittsburgh. Not necessarily from a talent standpoint, but from like a show standpoint. Like,
What do you mean by like,
I think that like
as far as there not being shows to get on?
not being enough like solid like staple shows, and part of that I'm to blame because if I'm talking about it, why the fuck didn't I do it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've tried. I'm just like I haven't really nailed that aspect of the business yet.
Yeah.
And it also just seems like Pittsburgh people don't care about comedy as much as maybe in other places. Or like, I mean, it sucks that like if you have a show booked and there's a Pens playoff game on that day, nobody's
you ain't
coming to
getting
fucking
no
see
one.
you tell jokes. Like,
Yeah, you ain't getting no one.
and
That first night we were there, whenever Elite opened, it was whenever the fucking bridge closed. And there was like, I mean, how many people do you think were in the audience that first night?
30.
Yeah, like not a lot at all. And
Yeah, I got there late.
yeah, like what? I know it took me literally 3 hours to get there from here.
Yeah, man.
3 hours, and it was a fucking mess. But like, I feel like that is such like a. I feel like I asked him whenever I was talking to him, I was like, did that like sour your taste with Pittsburgh? And he was like, not really. He was like, I understand shit happened, but like it's fucked up because like you don't like some comedy shows that I'm at, like you don't see a lot of people at.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm not shit. Like I love Pittsburgh. I really do.
Yeah.
And eventually I do aspire to leave here and pursue comedy in another city.
Yeah.
But I'll always love Pittsburgh. But the thing about like comedy here that's tough is I feel like it's not a thing that people here do anymore as like an activity. And what I mean is like that comedy club, a lot of times like headliners are papered in there.
Yeah.
Like it's free tickets. And whereas like it didn't matter who the headliner was, I feel like when like the Funny Bone was here, like back during like the comedy boom.
See, I don't even remember where that was. Where was the
It was in Station Square. I mean, I
okay.
was too young to even get in there before.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
closed.
like I was
Yeah.
definitely too young for that.
But but I feel like at one point it was like that's the thing to do. It doesn't matter like who the fuck is there.
Yeah.
We're going to the comedy club tonight.
Yeah,
that's
like
the
you don't
thing
need to be
do.
someone you know the name of.
Yeah, I feel like now it's
That's a good point.
It's
And I
just
mean, I'm
not
even
like that
guilty of that
anymore.
too. It's like sometimes I just like I won't know who the person is, and like I should go and see more people because like that's the only way you get exposed to like who's fucking good at it. I feel like a lot of it, I mean, it just sucks too because like I never realized like whenever I was younger, I didn't realize like how limited of time you have whenever you're a fucking adult. It's like I work a 40-hour job. Monday through Friday. On the weekends, I also work at a clothing store in Southside. I do this fucking podcast. I try to fuck with the comedy shit. And it's just so fucking...
So hard, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's only so many hours in a day. I'm married, so, like, I have a fucking other half of a life that I need to, like, that's an active part. Like, you got to put in time with that,
man.
too. And it's just, I mean, I don't know.
Are you married to the girl that you were talking to when your buddy flicked your titty?
No.
No.
That girl is not doing the best right now.
Oh, really?
Let's just say that. So I came out on top.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
I actually met my wife on Facebook.
Oh, really?
She had a Facebook post that said, people suck. And I said, people are the worst. On her, I commented, people are the worst. And she slid in the DM. And I was like, let's get it. Hey. And it was there ever since. It's very weird. Very, very weird.
Was that part of your vows?
No, but
suck.
I
People are the
definitely
worst.
we talk about that. Like I talked about that, and like I have like a wedding video. I'm very extravagant whenever I do like. See, I don't know if you were the same way, but back in like school and everything, because I was like a fat kid and everything, didn't have the best looks. I had to rely on like like writing poems, writing nice things, getting flowers, shit like that. So I always kind of like I've always tried to like up my game. So like my wedding vows had like some subliminal shit that she only would know, and like
Oh, that's cute.
like I asked her to marry me at Kennywood. I carved out pumpkins. Each pumpkin was a different letter. Will you marry me at Fright Night? Some real
So
crazy
you're
shit.
overtime with the work. I like that.
Bro, I make boys look bad. And that's a real statement.
I was never like into like poems or something. I've always had a very distorted view of who I was and what I looked like.
You were confident?
Yeah, like probably to a fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what
See, I mean that's not bad though. I mean, like probably worked to your advantage. It took me a minute to like I was the worst human being in high school, and not to the point where I was like a dickhead, but like I was just like someone that I would hate now. Like the way I thought about things.
I think
like,
about that a lot.
I was such a bitch. Like I was a girlfriend. Like I had a girlfriend who, like I was the dude who would call her all the time and be like, "Oh, what are you doing? Like, are you at this party?" I was that type.
I was
of
that dude too.
Oh my god! And
I was
now,
a very jealous dude.
Oh, the most jealous. And it was just because I was insecure, because I was like, oh, if I don't have this girl, like it's going to be hard for me to find another girl. You know what I mean?
I wasn't necessarily like that. It was just like, I don't know. I think me and like my friends kind of had like, we're a little fucked up in the sense like of not trusting of girls, and felt like it was like this like masculine thing, like, bro, your chick's hanging out with these dudes, you know what that means? It's like, fuck, really?
Yeah.
And like I don't think in my heart of hearts I believed that or didn't trust those girls or anything like that.
I 100% did.
I think it was more or less that like I didn't want my friends judging me as this fucking cuck before I even really knew what the word was.
Yeah, exactly. But like I was the dude that like I dated this girl for 2 months, and on New Year's Eve she called me and told me she cheated on me. And like it was like doing shit with this dude, but I was the dude that was like, come on, we can make this work. Like, please, like, let's go back out. Like, I was that.
Oh, you were
dude.
that guy.
Oh my god! Like the most embarrassing ever. One time I drove home 2 hours from Slippery Rock, broke in her car to be able to put her birthday present in there, which was a carton of cigarettes, this big card that I fucking made with a big ass poem in it. Like I'm talking like 4 pages.
Are you gonna edit this out?
No, I ain't. I'm fucking bro. I'm happy with.
You're at peace with it.
I'm at peace with it.
See, I was the different dude. Like if she called me and said that she cheated, I'd be all fucking drunk. I'd be like punching doors.
Oh, I would punch shit,
and
dude.
then I'd be like, I'm coming to find this dude.
100% that was me, but I was sober, so it was way worse. You know what I mean? Like I was like the dude that was like sober, that was like just outside punching a brick
It's
wall
a bad
for no
look,
fucking.
bro.
It's
It
a bad
really
look,
is a
dude.
bad look.
It's like now I think about this and I'm like, you know what? Like I would be making fun of that kid right now, and I'm just like, now I'm to the point where you were like, I'm the most confident in myself that I can ever be, and this is what it is. Like you get what you got. My wife knows that. She gets what she got. So I'm a stubborn, hard-headed person.
You know what you signed up for.
Yeah, that's what you get. You met me on Facebook. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I think the whole comedy thing is interesting though. It's new to me, but I enjoy it, and
You think you're gonna keep at it?
yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
I actively write every day. Like I have funny shit I write down. It's more or less just like how we were talking about before, how like the comedy scene, I feel like for someone like me, it's not as easy because you have to really like put all your shit into it. Like I wake up at 5 a.m, so I can't go to Hambones on Thursday night and not get on until 12:30. And then like go for 5 minutes and then come home at 1. You know what I mean? Like, and there's other people that are out there grinding that are putting in way more hours than I am at that. And like, I understand that. I understand that I'm not going to be like getting paid for shows and stuff. I'm just happy to really be like a fan of it and
be able to do
and be able to do it and like actively like work hard at it. Like anything I'm doing, I'm working hard at. Like this podcast shit, I get obsessed about. This comedy shit, like I seriously get obsessed about it, and I want to have that good feeling. Like it fucking like almost gets me off when people are like, "Dude, I love your podcast." Like I love it. And I mean, like to know that like random people that I'm friends with in high school, that I was friends with, just acquaintances in high school, haven't talked to them in 10 years, will just hit me up and be like, "Yo, bro, I've been listening to your podcast. I love it." And it's dope to me because like I want to give that sort of, I want to give like some artwork to people. Like
Hell yeah, dude.
comedy's just another way for me to like give my thoughts to someone.
people.
Yeah, because
And-
I can't draw or anything, so it's just there's no way for me to do that.
And to me, man, it's something that I feel like I've always been good. Like I've always been good at making people laugh, and I love the feeling, as corny as it sounds. And like I love after a show, like somebody friending me and then like messaging me like, "Hey, you were great tonight," you know.
Fuck yeah.
And like and I love the you know, I love being able to like say some shit that I made up in my head that made 100 people laugh. Like
Absolutely,
there's
dude.
like not a. It's like instant, fucking. It's like heroin, dude.
It really is.
And another thing is that I've been trying to love it more, like because I feel like sometimes I get pissed off about everything that's surrounding comedy. Like I mentioned Colin. I was just talking to him the other day, and we were both talking about how like I love the time that I'm on stage so much. I love that. I love hanging out for a beer with a couple people that I get along with after the show and like, talking shop or just riffing and cutting up. But everything else, man, is fucking miserable, dude. Like the idea of like trying to book shows, hounding people, like trying to like network with people that I feel like I don't even like. Why would I ever talk to that person? It's making me feel fake. Or like the jealousy, man. Like I hate that feeling that like I feel jealousy when I'm on Facebook and I see somebody that's getting an opportunity that I think that
They don't deserve or something. Yeah.
And instead of being like, good for that dude, maybe I need to work harder at this. That's something that they're better than me at. Like I want to be more that way, and that's something that I've been working towards myself, as opposed to just being like, this fucking guy, like he's lucky. And blah, blah,
Well, at
blah.
least I mean it's different that like there's a difference between the people that are doing that and the people that realize that like they want to better themselves and kind of like work to like, you know what, do better. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I feel the same way. It's just like you see things.
That type of attitude is such a waste of time, and I
It is.
can't wait till I teach myself how to fucking never be like
It
that.
really is a waste because like you waste this time thinking like being sorry and like feeling sorry and shit about like, oh yeah, this what, like I didn't get this opportunity and stuff. It's like it's not gonna make any difference.
Yeah.
You're just like bitching about it. It ain't gonna make no difference. You might as well just like throw it away and just get the next opportunity
better.
that comes through. I mean, like it's the only way to get better at anything, I feel.
And you said something that I really liked is like giving like art to people. Like comedy is a form of that. And I think one of the things that I've always hated about a lot of the jobs that I've worked is it doesn't feel like the things that I was doing like weren't real things, or they weren't like, it wasn't like direct. And what
It wasn't a reflection of yourself.
well, not even that, but what I mean by that is I was a customer service representative for a health insurance company where like I'm so far removed from the direct product of what's happening. Like,
Yeah.
like,
You're a piece in a big ass machine.
yeah, it just felt weird. I felt like, you know, not appreciated, but just not like even a part of what's really going on. Whereas comedy, me telling jokes, laughter, it's right back at me.
Yeah. I mean, like, I definitely agree. I definitely agree for sure. That's why I was excited to hear, like, I mean, like I said, I didn't know who you were. I've seen some of your shit, and like I saw your set, but other than that, that's the first time I talked to you was that night. And who knows how some people are. Like, some people could be fucking assholes. I didn't know if you were one or not, but you seemed cool. Like, I feel like I'm a good judge of character, like right off the bat. And like, I think that goes back to like us growing up around like old dudes that are just like kind of just like raw a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to like, I feel like that develops like as an instinct. You know, it's like
some people don't have it.
Some people don't have it, and like that's why I feel like that it's I mean, I'm fortunate enough that I do.
My buddy had one of the best sayings, and I use this all the time, is that there's some people that get it and some people that don't get it, and the people that don't get it don't get that they don't get it.
Yeah, they're missing something. It's like there's something in their brain that's not connecting one point to the other.
I know that sounds...
It's like having a third eye.
I know that sounds weird, and there's going to be people that listen to that podcast and hear this.
Yeah.
And the people that don't get it aren't going to get that.
Yeah, they ain't going to get it. It's
like,
all right,
it's
though.
just it. And like, what is it? Like, you just got to know what it is. Like, just there's people that are just off. They're missing something. They don't know how to communicate with people. I'm not talking about like a mental disability.
No.
I'm just talking about an overall obliviousness. And
I get what you're saying for sure. I do. I get what you're saying. What like, what's your next move?
Yeah, man, my next move, I mean, in short term, summer with comedy always kind of sucks. So I'm kind of taking this time to focus on getting booked a lot for the spring and traveling a little bit, like to see other comedy scenes and working on my material, because I'm starting to hate my old material.
Yeah.
But for future, man, I want to get out of here. I want to get out of Pittsburgh.
Where you want to go?
I mean, I went to Los Angeles. I loved it there. It seems a little bit, it seems like it might be a little bit of a tough transition. So I've been entertaining other options like a New York City or even Chicago.
Are you a fan of like the city? Like, are you a fan of like the city vibe?
I love big cities, man.
I cannot do that, dude.
No,
I could never do it. I would rather be living in the woods. You know, like I grew up like camping and fucking
really.
I was a Boy Scout for 10 years. It's just like I was camping all the time. I go backpacking and shit. I just can't be around like being in Pittsburgh. Like the only time I could be in the city of Pittsburgh walking around is at night, because like I get crazy anxiety. Like driving just makes me fucking insane, and I just love being like disconnected a little bit, because like I'm either 100% in the shit, like I have my phone in my hand at all times, or if I'm in the woods, I'm 100% out of it. Phone's like in the house or whatever.
That's one thing I'm not good at, and I need to get better. And it's I feel like it's been stifling my career.
What do you mean?
Is phones. Like dude, I hate fucking social media.
Oh really?
I kind of do, man. Like it's just like I like don't like being on it, and I know like how much of a necessity it is.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And I try like and I'm got to get better at it.
Yeah, some people just don't like don't fuck with it.
But it's just the idea, dude, like oh man, like
putting everything out there.
Everybody
like,
got a fucking opinion. Everybody got like something to say, like the things that people are sharing that they think are funny. I'm just like, this is fucking corny.
Yeah.
Like, how does this fucking guy got 1 billion views?
Right.
Like, he's corny as shit.
Yeah, dude, I don't get a lot of the YouTube comedians and shit, like the IG comedians that are doing like I can't talk to my phone for an hour on a story and be like, this is this and this is this, and I'm just like super corny to me. Like I like dry, sarcastic.
I'm fairly confident, like I said, of a person, I think, and like I'm not like super. I mean, I'm like as narcissistic as a comedian should be. I'm pretty selfish, but like I just feel like, dude, nobody wants to fucking see me before a show. Like, hey, about to walk into the end of the Improv. We're doing this, and it's just like I just don't feel the need to do that, and I don't like.
It's understandable, man.
And again, I feel like I've said this over and over because I've been kind of saying a lot of cliche shit on your podcast.
It's all right. We drop knowledge here.
But I mean, just the idea that like I'll be in a room with like close friends, and like when like that moment when you look around, there's not fucking one person talking to each other, and everybody's on like their phones.
Yep.
And it's like legitimately, what are you doing? And most of the people are like scrolling through Facebook.
That's
or,
all
like,
it is.
And it's I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like an old man, and you know, I mean, I get that now it's just part of our lives, but I never really grew up with like I didn't have I'm not like from the boonies, but like that wasn't a priority with my mom in her house, was to have like
Internet
the
and
internet
shit.
or everything.
Did you have
like that.
MySpace and shit?
No, dude. I didn't have like consistent internet in my house until I was like 17, 18.
I mean, that's understandable. Like, I mean, you definitely are probably like not used to the whole social media. Like, I grew up in the, you know, like the emo scene phase where I was just like come home from school on MySpace, on AIM. Like, I grew up in like I never was in bands, but like all my best friends were just all in bands. So I was always at shows and like always just like running around with that. But like I'm almost too much into the social media stuff. Like my Instagram, dude, like I post pictures all the time. I don't post shit on Facebook really at all because
you got to
like,
help me get better, man.
I mean, I'll give you any advice I can. I just try to like, I mean, like it's an easy thing to do. That's why like it's an easy thing to like think about and like change some habits to like increase some things, and it's just small common sense things. It's not like I'm like fucking researching crazy. It's just I try some different things. But I think it's I'm also like a fan of like photography. Like I like posting a dope picture. I take way too many pictures of myself. I'm way into myself. You know, I'm just like happy with my life. I just
I'm not a very private person, but my family kind of is.
Yeah.
Like I said, like my mom doesn't have a smartphone. My brother doesn't have any social media.
Oh, really?
My sister's a teacher, so she has like she has like Instagram and Snapchat, but she's
can't post
three
shit.
fucking people could see it.
Yeah.
You know? And like even my mom, like the other day, like I'm scrolling through Facebook, I was like, Mom, look at this picture that you know, your sister posted on Facebook. She's like, what is that doing on there? How did that get on there? I'm like, she took
Parents
it
still
you
think that
and
like
posted it.
My mom will be like, don't you post anything like that on Facebook? Like they think that like the CIA's like fucking has a magnifying glass looking at the shit in the background.
In fairness, though, they grew up in an age where it's kind of like, mind your fucking business. Let me live my life.
People put, I mean, I'm guilty of it to some extent, but like not as much. People put their shit out there too much. Like, you know, like always putting like, I see people all the time fucking just on Facebook asking random people to babysit their kids. Like, you know, like, is there anyone that could watch like whoever after, like I got to work night shift tonight.
Is there anyone watch Skylar?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's funny. That's the name I use in my bit about whenever I make fun of vegans.
Oh, really?
Skylar. Yeah.
Yeah, man, and two, I got this thing with comedy, and I need to get the fuck over this. Is that like I get like nervous to post stuff because of the reaction from my like close friends, like where they're just gonna be like, all right, dude. Like the idea of you saying like talking into a phone like for an hour, like where my friends are like, dude, who the fuck do you think you are, bro?
Yeah.
Like, come on with that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I have that check in my life
100%.
to where like if I'm doing something, people are gonna check me, because I think some people don't have that need that.
Yeah.
But I think I got it a little too much, man. You know?
Yeah.
So
it's like they kind of beat you off, knock you off your high horse too quick.
yeah.
It's understandable. But I mean, that's friends, dude. It's friends. Are you friends with some of the same people from high school?
Yeah, dude. Like just yesterday, I went for drinks with a couple friends. Like, dude, I've been friends with since I was 5 years old.
Exactly.
My best friend.
Dude.
I was best man in his wedding.
I keep the same circle around. It's like
I do too.
Not too many people that like obviously like I mean like if there's cool people like you, like I link up with you, Eric Nesby, like I randomly met him at the improv show, and it's like there's some people that are just like cool people, and I feel that's where it's just like the whole vibe thing. Like whenever I said what's up to you, like you weren't like a dickhead or anything, but there's some people that are just like out there that are just fucking assholes, you know?
Oh, for sure.
And I just won't pay
Well,
any attention to
like
it.
when I went to college, I didn't make any like I made friends there and like had fun and hung out with
Yeah.
people, but I didn't make any
Not like boys.
too many like lifelong friends there.
Yeah.
Partially because I already had the people that I grew up with, and like you were saying, dude, being an adult and like having a job, doing stand up, doing a podcast, trying to have some type of
You got limited
relationship
time.
with
you want to
females.
share it with people that care.
Like it's going to be hard for me to want to be like, am I going to go like hang out with these new people that I
Yeah.
don't even know if I like, or am I going to go, you know?
Yeah, you got limited time, so like
Have a
the
beer with
time
my
you
buddy.
do have, you can hang out with your best friends. And like now, I mean,
Yeah.
like we're killing two birds. Like it's just kind of like work a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it's still like this is also a good plus of like a podcast. It's like you got a chance to be able to like chill and like you're not obligated, but like people know that they're coming here for like an actual like a conversation. Because,
for
I mean,
sure.
And you never know where it's gonna fucking end up. But I mean, I'll let you get out of here though. I appreciate you coming on.
Fuck yeah. Were you
Do you
lying?
got my answer? I was just gonna say, do you got the answers to the questions that? I
Yeah,
sent you?
yeah. I was like, is this fucking dude lying? Was he lying?
I was lying for sure.
Oh,
but,
were you?
Yeah. So he asked me. He was like, he texted me and said, "Is there anything that I should prepare to talk about?" And I texted you. Or your text said, "Awesome. I'll see you then. Anything I should be prepared to talk about?" I said, "Yes, actually. Highest number you have ever counted up to?
5,000.
5,000. You really counted to
I was
that?
counting all the chicks that I fucked.
Longest you've ever held your breath?
A minute.
A minute.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And the most you've grown in 1 year. And then I texted height wise for that last one.
Yeah. Well. I know you were making a dick joke. My
Yeah.
penis has never grown, so I had a huge dick for like a
For your entire life.
9-year-old.
Yeah.
And then now I just grew into my dick, so now it's below average. And the reason I held my breath for a minute was because somebody dared me that I couldn't do it.
There you go. Fuck
And I
it.
was breathing through my nose the whole time.
Yeah, those aren't the real questions though. But at the end of the podcast, I do a segment called Desert Island Questions.
Oh, I like that.
And have you ever? You a fan of The Office?
Yes.
You know the episode whenever
I'm actually a diehard fan of The Office.
me too, man.
I'm in an Office super fans group on Facebook.
Are you?
Yeah, I'll invite you to.
Yeah, send me that
Be part of
invite,
it.
bro, because
Yeah.
I live it. I do. I love it so much. But Jim Halpert plays the Desert Island question with everyone, and that's
Yeah.
where this came from. So I give people 3 categories, and I give you 3 choices for each category to take with you on a desert island
Okay.
to just use over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So the first category, I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this, is movies. You get to choose 3 movies to take with you over and over. I do got some category. You could take series, like a TV series or anything, or a movie trilogy, whatever, but anything you want.
3 movies. We're just going to keep it at movies to
Okay.
actually make this a difficult question.
Okay.
Terminator 2.
Ooh, so good.
It's my favorite movie of all time.
All time? You're
All
not the
time.
first person that's...
I could watch that fucking movie ever. It was really funny, dude. One of like the coolest headliners I ever worked with the Improv was
Yeah.
Joe DeRosa.
yeah, I know who that is.
And he's a pretty cool guy. Actually, he was nice enough to like take me out when I was in LA.
That's cool.
And he hates Terminator 2.
really?
And it's literally all we like did was got drunk and argued about Terminator
Argue
2.
about it. I referenced Terminator 2 in my fucking set. I talk about sex dolls and about how sooner or later artificial intelligence is going to take over, and one of them's just going to turn around and cut the skin off their arm and like rip it out.
I had a Terminator 2 joke I used to do too.
That's why I fuck with you, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's subliminal. We knew we were on the same wavelength.
And it would always bomb. But Terminator 2, then I would say Kingpin,
Oh, that's a good one.
and the last one's always the hardest because you're just like, fuck, I got to fit one more in there.
Yep, one more.
And this is going to be a shock. These 3 aren't my favorite movies, I'll say. Like,
It's all
Terminator
right.
2 is, but they're the movies you could watch over and over
Every
again.
day.
And I would say Good Will Hunting.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a very
Yeah.
good movie. You can't beat that. I'm a big fan of Patch Adams and like all the stuff that Robin Williams does. That's my favorite Robin Williams movie, I think, was Patch Adams.
I could cry
every time I fucking hear him give that speech where he's like, you know, I could ask you to tell me about art, and you probably, and then he's like, but you've never laid under this, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, dude. This is the guy that fucking has a 20-minute bit on doing cocaine and playing golf, and he's about to fucking make me cry with this beer
dude.
he has.
Unreal. And in fucking like you got Jack. Jack's
heavy, bro.
Heavy as fuck.
My mom rented that, and I watched it with her when we were like, I'm like the water boy. How many times was I like, my mama? She said, and she, we watched that, and she was getting it as like, oh, it's Robin Williams playing a kid. And then by the end of the movie, my mom's like on the couch
Jesus,
crying,
this
like,
is heavy as hell.
Fucking die, and he's like,
I know, right?
High school yet?
I know it is. It was a heavy movie for its time.
Yeah.
J-Lo was looking right.
Still.
Yeah, she even looks
Still got
better,
it.
like a fine wine. That was a good movie, though. Okay, so you got Good Will Hunting, you got fucking
Terminator 2
and Kingpin. Those are all good answers, and those cover pretty much. They cover pretty much every.
I got
spectrum.
my action sci-fi movie. I got my comedy, and I got my my drama.
Just for fun though, are you like what are your favorite? What's like your favorite genre? Are you a comedian guy or like or a comedy guy or like you like horror?
Man, I like movies usually, like kind of like a combination of both, like a Fargo.
Yeah.
Something that's kind of like
some underlying humor and shit. It's still fucked up.
Like I love the Coen brothers, and I also, dude, I love Scorsese movies.
Yeah, I'm very excited for The Irishman.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I'm just a Joe Pesci dude all day.
Are you ever getting a little bit like, all right, De Niro, fucking you're a million, hang it up.
Yeah, like now with his like political shit, like it's just like, bro, like you're ace, just like you're Jack from Meet the Parents. Like you don't need to just be like talking about Trump every single day all day.
When they did did you ever see the movie Righteous Kill?
Yeah,
I was like, dude, fucking knock that shit. These dudes I will beat the shit out of both of them. I'm not even a tough guy.
Like people definitely beat it to death.
Like Al Pacino was like 73 and he's like intimidating 50 Cent.
I know, right?
Get the fuck out of here.
I'd probably be intimidated by Al Pacino if he was here, just like giving me that Any Given Sunday speech.
I would beat the shit out of him in your living room. I'm just kidding.
I would love to. I would love to watch it.
No, how funny would that be if Al Pacino just gave me the business?
Dude, who knows with him? He might have some underlying cocaine still left in his veins. Okay, so the second one, this is not everyone reads. It's usually 3 books to take. So were you a reader? What about a video game player?
I've played video games, yeah.
Okay, so 3 of your favorite video games.
I would say Halo.
Okay.
Such a good
The
game.
original?
I would maybe say Halo 2.
Okay.
Then I would say, ooh, this is tough. Madden. Gotta have Madden out there.
You play some sports games still?
Yeah.
I was the worst.
I'll play Madden. And then third, I would say, whew, that's tough. Third one might be, and I'm on a desert island. Dude, it might be like some Super Mario Brothers, just something I could play
all
every day. Like you could pick that up.
Or some Mario Party, some Mario Kart, GoldenEye, all that shit.
GoldenEye maybe, yeah.
It's fierce.
But I'm going to stick with Halo, Mario.
Let's go with that one. All right, next one is 3 CDs to take with you.
It's a good, dude. Me and my brother and my brother-in-law have been having this conversation and this argument for the past month or two.
Yeah,
and it was our 3 Desert Island greatest hits albums.
Yeah,
so it's a greatest hits album.
Okay,
and mine was Jay-Z.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bob Seger. What we could argue that's the one I've been fighting with my brother about.
That's fine.
Hey, man. Hold on, and I forget the third one, dude. It was Bob Seger. I don't know if it was the Beatles. That just always
fuck the Beatles.
That just always seemed like too cliche. It was.
Are you a big Beatles fan for real?
I really am a big Beatles fan.
Are you?
Yeah.
I understand it.
You're not a big Beatles fan?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a fan. Like, they're great, but like, come on now, keep it. It's just like they're a little bit overrated. I understand what they did, and I understand who they are, but like their music, like
if you were upset about the Beatles, you're actually gonna hate who my third one was.
Who is it?
Hall & Oates.
Oh, bro.
Okay.
I am a Hall & Oates. I just posted the other day.
I'm going to see them Saturday.
Where?
Saturday the 9th of June, actually. I'm going to see them at PPG Paints.
How much were tickets?
Well, again, I'm going to see Hall & Oates with my mom.
Dude, that's dope.
She got tickets from her boyfriend, and he can't go. And she needed somebody to go with, so I'm going.
That's going to be a show.
Dude, I love Hall & Oates. And again,
why would you think I'd hate that?
I don't know, man.
Don't you ever put the Beatles and Hall & Oates in the same world?
Well, the Beatles have such a huge catalog, and Bob Seger has such a huge catalog and
I have
fandom.
I have to be fair. I've never like really like submersed myself in Beatles music. Like I know the hits and everything, but even my my photographer buddy, he loves the Beatles too, and he's like, dude, don't even talk to me about it unless you've like listened to like the shit that no one knows about really.
See that though, like I hate like the underground dudes sometimes, like when they're like, I'm somebody that's not like.
What's your favorite Beatles song?
Eleanor Rigby.
I can understand that. I like LSD.
I like Led Zeppelin enough.
Oh yeah, that's a good. Okay, let's talk about this.
They're okay.
Okay.
I've never went deep on them.
Yeah.
Pause. And I like. They're fine, and like I say that to people, and they're just like, dude, like I don't even like. Yeah, you probably just like have heard the shit that they play on the radio, and I'm like, yeah, man. That's all I heard.
It's good though. Still,
it's fine. Yeah, it's good. It's just not my favorite.
Yeah,
but I do like a lot of like you're kind of changing my opinion because you mentioned like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Ooh,
I might like the fuck with having some
greatest hits
like
from
some,
him,
like,
dude.
Him or Ray Charles or like and even like dude, like I love the
Eric
Allman Brothers
Clapton,
band.
anyone, fucking Jimi Hendrix, so many people back then. It's insane. Do you know who Greta Van Fleet is?
I've heard it, yeah.
Greta Van Fleet is like the band that's like the young band from Detroit who literally sounds identical to Led Zeppelin. I'm going to see them in whenever the fuck they're here.
Yeah.
But they sold out immediately and everything, and they're these young dudes from Detroit who literally sound just like Led Zeppelin.
I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, like I'm talking about to a T. Like my dad has been a crazy Zeppelin fan forever. Like went to see him in Three Rivers. Like he got all these crazy OG stories. So I sent him this song, and I was like, "Listen to this, and I want you to tell me what you think about it." He called me. He was like, "Dude, like that's crazy," and like, like I was curious. I was interested to hear what an old head like that would like, or
because they're more likely to hate on something.
Absolutely,
like that. Yeah.
I thought my dad was
cool.
gonna be like, "It's whatever." I mean, like, but it's cool that like these young kids are like saying fuck the norm and just kind of like going back to this original style,
trying to make good music.
Yeah, and like I think that a lot of people are going to start doing this again because like our music scene nowadays is turning into garbage.
Terrible. And it's nice that now we have these other platforms where they can get their shit out there.
Absolutely. I just listen to podcasts really.
What are your 3 albums that you would
My
have?
3 albums would be that one right there. Jack's Mannequin, 10 Years in Transit.
Okay.
You familiar with Jack's Mannequin?
A little bit, yeah. I used to date
I'm all about it. Like pretty much anything that's something corporate. I like a Biggie Greatest Hits album. Like I'm all day with that.
I'm a Biggie over a Pac guy for
sure. 100%. I still fuck with
Biggie.
Pac, but like I've had a poster of Biggie above my bed since I was like probably in 5th grade.
The reason I say Jay-Z over Biggie is just the catalog. There would be more songs for me to listen to on the island.
I could agree with that.
Well, you heard me Thursday. I came out to give me the loot.
Yeah, and I didn't know if that was something that you chose.
Yeah, I either come out to that or ODB's Shimmy Y'all.
I swear to God, on everything in the world, I would come out to give me the loot. So
yeah,
I just didn't know if that was something that he played.
Yeah, man, that's always.
But that's seriously my shit. Like I've always, my whole thing for years was wishing all my friends happy birthday by saying birthdays was the worst days. Now we sip champagne with Thursday. And like, if I stopped doing it, people will be like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like, I'll still get shit on Facebook. Like, "What the fuck, dude? It was my birthday and I didn't get one." But I was a big fan. So Biggie, Jax Mannequin, and honestly, dude. As much as I don't want it to be this, like, it has to be like a Mayday Parade. You familiar with them?
No.
Real soft, like, you know, like some emo type shit. It's just like,
Okay.
That's a perfect CD, A Lesson in Romantics. Those were, that's my shit.
Because I don't think often people think when they hear the desert island question, because I take it far too seriously.
Yeah.
Is that like you need your different vibes, man.
Yeah, different vibes.
Like you can't just take like, you know, you can't take like Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie.
Yeah, welts on the neck from the necklace stripping, from like all the way over to like, you know,
You're a rich girl.
yeah, exactly, dude. You got to have different vibes. Like one day I might wake up on a fucking, you know, just like push down this tree with my bare hands. I'd be putting on some Biggie, Give Me the Loot.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm laying there trying to fall asleep, I'm listening to Mayday. You know, it's just,
You
I
need
like
that shit.
different vibes of everything.
Why don't you like Bob Seger?
It's not that I don't like him, but like I absolutely would not. I could name 100 things I'd pick over him. Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent, I'd pick over him.
that is a fucking
Like,
dude.
It's so
I was just
good.
bumping that in my car like a week ago. That's
all day.
I'm very and I know we've been going long, so we'll.
Hey, I'm not worried
I'll
about it.
kinda
Like I
keep it
thought you were
short.
pushing.
That like certain albums like bring me to like a certain place in my life, and it's
Everyone says it.
just, and that fucking Get Rich or Die Trying, like I can
What's it make you
remember-
think about?
It makes me think of this kid Larry Daniels that we used to hang out with in I think it was like 8th grade, something like that when it came out, and us sitting in his attic smoking weed, playing video games. And just hearing that, give me some Joe.
I know, right?
Give me a
I just think of like the first beat of Wankster, and I'm just like, just in my buddy Kenny's room. He got a bottle of Mad Dog in his like entertainment stand, and we're watching like all the old Jackass
We were drinking
DVDs.
Mad Dog too.
100%, bro. That's
Damn,
that's
homie.
nostalgia. We were on the same wavelength. Last question: if you could talk to anyone in the world, alive or dead, who would it be and why?
You're setting me up for that old joke that I heard somebody tell when they were like, if you could have sex with one person, dead or alive, who would it be? And the dude was like, I think it was Mike DiStefano told the joke. He was like, Cindy Crawford, dead. Like, great joke. If I could talk to anybody dead or alive, ooh, that's a really good one. Maybe not going to give you the best answer.
That's
because
all right.
It's on the spot, but I would say I'd resurrect George Carlin and talk to him.
Dude, he would be interesting to
I
talk
think
to.
he'd have a lot to say, and I don't think he would be trying too hard to be like hilarious, and would be naturally funny. And he's pretty
just an
insightful
old
dude.
OG dropping knowledge.
Yeah.
Just because I'm curious your opinion, since you're a comedian. Who are some of the people that you like that are out now?
I think Dave Chappelle's the best to ever do it.
The GOAT.
He's probably the reason that I do it.
Yeah.
Like we're around the same age. You remember going to school if you didn't see the Chappelle show, like
Half
don't
Baked,
even fucking
Chappelle
talk to
show.
anybody that day.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Burr, obviously. So, but I'll kind of like separate those two because they've been doing it a while. But like the newer guy, like John Mulaney, I fucking love.
Dude, I just watched his special,
Phenomenal.
and I didn't know anything about him. Like I knew that he was a dude on SNL, and like I didn't want to watch it just because like dude was in a suit, dude was like at the Radio Music Hall, so I was just like, I don't know, like maybe it'll be whatever.
Yeah.
And it was seriously probably the best one I've watched in years.
Really,
Probably
I
since
love it.
Chappelle's. Like I liked his. Which one was it? I liked his one, the first one more. Whenever he did one in Texas and then one before.
Yeah.
I liked the one that wasn't in Texas, but on that
Yes.
special. I also love the one in the Belly Room because
That was
like,
unreal.
I love
I got to
like the
perform
personal.
there last year.
Oh yeah, the Belly Room.
It was the most. You were talking about being nervous. I was the most nervous I've been. to
Oh
do
my
comedy
god,
in,
you're
like,
up there
6
with
years.
like people that are fucking
Yeah.
like legends. Like Rogan performs there. Richard Pryor fucking performed there.
Yeah.
Like that place, it's crazy to hear. And like, I'm not even like heavy into the comedy world.
I
The
was
only reason,
shaking, dude.
the only reason I even know about like the lore of it is just because of all the podcasts I listen
Mark
to.
Maron talks about it like it's a fucking.
Absolutely, dude. Everyone does. Everyone talks about how that the Comedy Store was and is the greatest thing to ever happen to comedy, as far as like places to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, you see what it was like. I mean, you don't see it, but like you hear what it was back like in the early 2000s to what it is now. Like they sell it every single night. My buddy lives in California. He was just there last night and seen Brendan Schaub and all them, and like,
Yeah.
it's just all sold out all the time.
Dude, I was there. I'm like, I like go and do my set in the belly room, and it went well, thank
Yeah.
God. And then I get off, and then I go out onto like the little patio, and I'm about to have a drink, and like the table next to me, fucking like Chris D'Elia and Bobby Lee are sitting there.
Oh man,
And
I
I'm
just
like,
saw Bobby
oh,
Lee in
shit.
Colorado.
So good.
Showed us his dick.
Really?
He's a wild dude.
What was he packing?
A little piece of rice.
Oh, nice.
It's a real small guy, and he's and it looks
He's
like
fine with it.
Looks like he's rolled in hair too.
Oh,
You
good
know,
for
it's
him.
just he doesn't care.
Very
But his
on
girl,
brand.
whew, his
Smoking.
girl's like 6'4", just like a tall drink of water.
So what does he care? Yeah.
Yeah, who gives a fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I was out there. I was a big dude out there, just getting it for the big guys. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I didn't do too bad for being a big guy with titties.
Yeah, man.
It's like you got to get out there and you got to be out there grinding. But I'll let you get out of here. I appreciate you very much.
Yeah, dude.
Plug whatever you want to plug.
Glad we were able to do that. Yeah, listen to my podcast, No Week's Notice. You know, if you want to hear interesting work stories and shit like that, I, love doing it. So I'd love to keep doing it. So people should keep listening. And I'm not sure when is this coming out.
This will be out. So Ali comes tomorrow, not the 14th, but the 21st.
Okay, the 30th. I'll be at the Arcade Comedy Theater with the Drinking Partners podcast.
Oh,
doing
yeah?
a show with them. Not their podcast, but they do a comedy series.
Yeah.
And then the 29th, the day before that, I'll be doing the DVE Comedy Festival local stage at Arcade.
That's fucking dope.
So if there are tickets left,
There
go
ain't.
Try to, there's
I
not.
tried to buy some the other day.
Well, fucking
You're fucked.
Hang out outside and
Yeah.
say hi to me after. But yeah,
All right.
that's all I got going on soon.
I appreciate it. Thank you very
No
much.
problem, man. This was good. It was good meeting you, dude.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Yeah, you are. I feel like me and you are similar people.
Yeah, me too, dude.
I enjoy I enjoy the person who you are.
Hell yeah. And well, let's I'll get in touch. We'll set something up and I'll have you come do my show and we'll fucking.
Sounds good to me,
I
man.
think we'd have fun.
Everyone listening, appreciate it as always. Follow me on social media at I'll Call You Right Back on Instagram, at ICYRB Podcast on Twitter. I'll Call You Right Back on Facebook, fucking YouTube, just anything. You could email me at I'llCallYouRightBack@gmail.com. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you dislike. If you have anyone you want me to pull on here, tell me I'm awesome. I'm a piece of shit. Just give me some info. Again, I appreciate it, and I'll call you right back.